Hello YouTube. I have been getting various requests about how to use CHDK on your Canon PowerShot camera. In this video, we'll describe to you some of the uses and also how to use it once you've put it on the camera. And you can see a video of how to put it on the camera in a little link, probably like right there. Okay, so first you have to boot it up. So you have to turn it on in playback mode. And then you have to go into the menu. You scroll all the way to the bottom until you see Firm Update. And you hit OK. And then you get that. And that means that it's working. So, then you can go into shooting mode to see where all the changes have happened. So you can see all these gauges and stuff. Now, if you want to change settings, you hit the Alt button, which in this case is this button. And on other cameras, it's like the shortcut button, and you'll see it in the README file. Then you go into the menu. Then you get this big menu. And you can... So let's start out with the stuff that most of you with the SX40 would be looking at. You'd go under Extra Photo Operations, and then you would go to your... You can override your shutter speed. Right now it's set at 64. Value factor off. That means it won't do anything. But if you turn it to 1, that means that the shutter speed will now be 1/64th of a second. Now, you can also override the aperture value. Normally the manual mode only lets you go to f8, but this lets you go all the way up to, on this camera, f16. Same on the SX40. And you can also override the ISO value. This is really handy with the SX40 because it blocks off exposures of 1 second. It blocks off the ISO at 100. But here, what you do, you can set it to 32 once it gets there. And then the value factor of 100, so it's 3200 because it's 3200. But you don't want to go above 3200 or above what the camera would normally be capable of doing, because then the camera will just glitch out and bad things happen. So I'll turn that off. Now, you can also do custom auto ISO. I haven't really fooled around with that one too much. And that's mainly it for extra photo operations, basically. And under video, you can also change the video quality around. So if you want really high quality videos, you can set the number up. Or if you want really low quality videos but lots of length, like if you have a small SD card, you can turn this value down. But I haven't really fooled around with this setting yet. And that's that. Oh, and some neat thing is with this, you can, with cameras that don't offer optical zoom or autofocus during video, you can enable optical zoom by clicking that. And the AF key, you can set as the shutter button or the set button being that one in the middle. And now, oh, you can also mute during zooming because zooming tends to be a bit loud. And here I'll show you a clip of what it looks like. So exit the menu. So I'll start recording. Now, if you look, now I can optically zoom and autofocus. But as you can tell, if you listen closely, rather noisy, especially with this old, by today's standards, camera. So, stop that recording. And, what else does this offer? Oh yeah, the RAW capabilities. That's a lot of people get this for. So you go under RAW parameters in your main menu, hit Save RAW if you want RAW, and there can be exceptions like in timer mode, burst mode, edge overlay, and it warns when there's an exception. And there is also like the raw file prefix CRW, SND, or IMG, which is normal. And the file extension is CR2, CRW, or THM. And another good one is you can develop the RAW in camera by hitting RAW develop and then selecting the one you want. But there's also DNG format, because with RAW on this camera, or really on any camera, CHDK saves its own file type, which isn't really compatible with anything except their own programs. But if you do DNG format, well, you have to create a bad pixel bin. And after you do that, when you select this, it'll be a lot more compatible with different devices, which is rather helpful. But I haven't been able to get it to work with the SX40 yet. Like, it takes the RAW, but I haven't been able to really do much with it on the computer. And it's weird because I viewed it and it was a lot more wide angle, and there was vignetting on the top corner, like it's all dark there and it fades in. So I don't know what that's all about. If someone could post a comment about it, I'd really like to know. So you can go back. And you can also make a live histogram, which is helpful if it doesn't have a live histogram. And here's some of the fun stuff. Miscellaneous stuff. You can browse files on the SD card. There's a calendar. You can read text files on here by selecting them. Like, open new file. And you can read the README. And there's nothing here yet. So I can go back. And there's games. Very basic games. Reverse Suboken, Connect 4, and Mastermind. They're fun when you're bored and you don't have a phone with you to play games. And you can turn off the splash screen on load. You know that thing that said CHDK RAW whenever the firmware update thing happened. So yeah. So that's basically it with CHDK, because I mean, it basically expands the capabilities of your camera, adding a whole lot of manual controls, and CHDK is available for nearly any Canon brand camera, even DSLRs and the most basic of point and shoots. And even if you have a really old one, like this is the A720, they have some for like the A40, which is like, I don't even know when that was made. So subscribe, like, and post comments explaining if it was bad, what can I do? And it's raining quite a bit right now, so you can either exit off now or see some footage of a storm. So here we go. Yeah, that's awful water rain right there. What with these pop-up thunderstorms and all? Yeah. That's a lot of rain. Good thing I'm in a closed area. And cameras are waterproof. Just coming down in sheets. Wow. Rather noisy. Ooh, lightning. That's fun. Ooh, hope I don't get struck. Oh, you're worrying that I'm like exposed? I'm in a closed structure, believe it or not. Just don't drop my camera if I get startled. That would be bad. Awful bit of rain. You know, if I had a waterproof camera, I'd be going out there right now. Uh-oh. I wonder how long it's going to do this. Ah. Whoa. Whoa. Well, that'll wake you up in the morning. Well, good thing I had my camera out. Normally all the lightning goes away whenever I bring out my camera. Kind of annoying. Yeah, there's no more about CHDK anymore, so no more information. Hope I get a good strike. Ooh. I think I'm gonna go inside before I get struck. So, like, subscribe, and don't get struck by lightning.